Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good morning to some people and good evening to some people. My name is Paul McCarthy. We're going to do a call today. This call today is all about the money. We're going to focus on leaders who are on the call and show you the potential of by putting a 90-day action plan together and how you can bring your income to a level that you've never seen before. I don't just say this for the sake of it. This is a very rare call that we're doing, focusing on the money. We're also going to focus on the vision to back up how to make the money. And with me, I have one of the biggest leaders in the world on the call. It's a privilege to have this gentleman. His name is John Van Dusen from Canada. One of my first companies I ever set out in network marketing. He was the man that strolled into my town when I was barely putting 5 and 10 people into a room. He came in from Canada, I never forget, with his laptop, put 300 people in the room on the first night, and oh my God, did I learn from this man? So it's a privilege to host this call with John. So John, over to you.
All right, well, thank you, Paul. Welcome, everyone. We appreciate everybody getting on the call here today. We've got some great information for you. You know, myself and my business partner, Joe Mohammed, we've been involved in the relationship marketing arena for the past 25 years. We built 3 teams of over 200,000 people. But like most of us on this call, we all know that crypto is the place to be. The big key is, how do you find the big, safe, solid vehicle out there? We all hear stories of people making so much money. We just don't know how to walk through that minefield and find the right vehicle. Well, I'll tell you what, when Paul McCarthy called me from Ireland about 4 or 5 weeks ago, it got my attention because, you know, I've known Paul for 12 years. I trust him immensely. He's become one of the top networkers in the world. But even more importantly, he's become one of the top crypto experts in the world with his business partner, Matthias Guzda. They put their knowledge to work. Over the past 3 years, they've earned 9 figures in the crypto arena. 9 figures. That's before the decimal point, not including the decimal point. We've all heard those stories. He's the only guy I know personally that's ever done something like that. And I knew when Paul told me he found something big in crypto that it was worth looking at, because I knew he'd done his homework. He'd asked the questions that most of us would never think to even ask. And I knew he checked it out from top to bottom. The more Paul shared with Joe and myself, the more excited we got. We knew this was going to be absolutely huge. We did our own due diligence, our own research. It blew us away. We knew that everybody on the planet wanted to earn funds passively every single day. We knew that many people could share this with many other people around the world and build something huge. So we went to work on this. We started building. It's taken off from there. We've had so many strong leaders from around the world join us. Mark and CJ down in California, Rebecca over in the UK, Kevin, Eric, Matt, so many others. And, you know, we had the opportunity to go over to Malaysia about 10 days ago. We met with not only the top leaders in the company, but also one of the founders of the company. And a few things happened for us on that trip. You know, number one, we met Paul and Matthias right away when we got there, found out they'd become the fastest ever to reach the rank of C4 in this company. That's the second highest rank. They did it in about 10 weeks' time, and they were now earning about $50,000 a day. That got my attention, let me tell you. I've never heard a story like that and saw it firsthand. We met so many other leaders from around the world, top leaders. We met people, you know, I met a guy who put in 25 Bitcoin to start off with. He was instantly at $1,000 a day in passive earnings, and he's building a huge team. But, you know, most of us aren't sitting on 25 Bitcoin. So I met a bunch of other people that were in a situation like a lot of us on this call. We didn't have a lot of funds, but boy, if we found the right vehicle, we could tear it open. People who had to start with $1,000, $2,000 and get busy sharing this. And I'll tell you, those people are now sitting 3, 4, 5,000 and more per day in earnings. So, you know, we saw all of that. Then we got a chance to meet Ronald I, the Chief Technology Officer, the founder, the driving force behind this. Amazing time to hear his vision on how this came together, where they're taking it, what they're doing. And he opened up the website, his laptop. He showed us 200 bots trading in live time on 32 different exchanges. We saw trades being executed right before our eyes. He showed us one of their smaller accounts on Binance, a mere 13,000 Bitcoins in there, about $150 million in one account that they're trading. We knew how real this was. He showed us what the future is. And I'll tell you, when we got back from Malaysia, we haven't stopped. So we're thrilled you're on the call here with us today. You're going to get your belly full of information you need to make a decision whether this is your vehicle or not. So I'm going to turn this back to you, Paul. Maybe you can share with them what got your attention and where you're taking this.
Okay, John, thank you for that. So what I'm just going to do here now, as John, guys, explained there, and you can see why John is one of the most renowned names in the industry with his business partner, Joe. He's been in this industry, guys, a long time, and he knows when he sees something. As he said, to build a company once and to go out and build over 200,000 people once is a huge task. To do it 3 times, it takes something special, and John has done that. And when I showed this to John, John was very big in another company. He was a master distributor. And when he saw what we had on offer here, like, he knew it. He knew it was about timing. He knew it was about being in the right place. And when we got John on board here, it was a huge accomplishment for this project. And not just alone John. What John saw when he came with his business partner, Joe, to Malaysia, for the first time in his time, and for the first time me being involved in this industry, we see leaders coming from all over the world to take place and what's happening here. Guys, this is something very special. And today, as I said, is not a normal presentation. We're hitting the bullet points. And what's very important about this project, without this man, Ronald I, none of this would be possible. Why do I say that? If you get involved in any project, the most important thing in any project when you're working online is the technology. If you bet on the technology, you're 70% there. The challenge that a lot of us have in this industry, we as leaders do huge work for the company. But sometimes the company doesn't live up to the expectation. And it's not the owner's fault, or it's not that the CEO's fault. He might have a huge vision. He might have a vision what he wants to put in place. But when it comes to delivering on the technology, he cannot do it. He hasn't got the people. He hasn't got the team. And when I looked at this project and saw Ronald I was getting involved for the first time ever in the industry of network marketing. Who is Ronald I? Ronald I is the co-founder of the 4th generation blockchain. If you're new to cryptocurrency, you need to understand what I just said. The 1st generation blockchain is Bitcoin. The 2nd is Ethereum, faster, more scalable. The 3rd is EOS and Cardano. And the 4th is Bit-Beta system. So the man who's the co-founder of who put his own blockchain together in Bit-Beta system and is known as the 4th generation blockchain was coming together and being involved and being one of the co-founders of Cloud Token. Me and my business partner, Matthias Guzda, has looked at every single project and every single wallet over the past year. And I don't want to talk negative about any other company. I wish everybody well. Because in this industry, when a company goes wrong, some people like to add salt to the wound. I don't. Every project in this industry, I want them to succeed. Because by them succeeding is better for the industry. But over the past year, all the projects I looked at, when I did my due diligence, the one thing I always ask, who's the team behind the project? Sorry, 2 things. And the second thing, show me proof of your project. If you're trading open your computer, log into Binance or Bitrex, show me the trades. And not one project over the past 12 months has shown me that until Cloud Token. So this is the reason I got involved. And people ask me, Paul, what do you do when you get involved in any project? Guys, I put a 90-day plan together, and that's 18 hours a day doing Zoom calls, talking to leaders, putting everything together, working 24/7 like we're doing right now. If you take massive action, and what I'm going to show you right now, this can happen for you too. When I joined this project, my first goal was to make $100,000 a day. That's correct. People said I was crazy. People said I was insane. I'm not going to do it. That's their perception. And I have no problem with that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But this was me and Matthias's goal. So let me show you the journey since we started this project. So this is one of our accounts. And everything I'm showing you now, I can show you live. So anything I'm putting on the screen, anybody can contact me and ask me for proof of what I'm doing. This is one of our accounts. You can see here in Jarvis, we put 40 Bitcoins into one account, which is nearly $500,000. Okay. So as you can see here, our first day in the business, we didn't blow anybody away. We earned 114 tokens. The value was, we were on $34 a day, just getting started on our first day. 7 days into the business. As you can see here, let me explain the screen. You can see that at the top, 1st of May 2019, CTO value at that day was 30 cents. The last 24 hours, we made 6,793 cloud token. On the right-hand side, you see the total amount of cloud token was over 32,000. At day 7 in the business, we were making $2,037 per day. The total we had was 9,676. What's very important is this, okay? If we don't spend them cloud tokens at 30 cents and we hold onto them, okay, that's making 6,793 if it goes to $1. Just think of that. The name of the game here is to accumulate as much cloud tokens as you can at an early price. Because when I backed this project, when I said I'm going 100% with this project, me and Matthias did some maths and we said we want to accumulate as much cloud token as we can at this price. Because what I'm going to explain to you after I show you the few slides of how far this company has come in the past 2.5 months, you'll understand why I believe in the project so much. Day 14, we started earning 12,968 cloud token per day. We didn't sell any. We'd over 91,000 accumulated, and we were earning just less than $4,000 per day. And that is liquid. That means if we want to withdraw that every day, we get the money every day. Day 21 starts getting interesting, guys. 3 weeks into the business and we're earning 20,000 cloud tokens per day. We had accumulated over 216,000 and we were making just less than $7,000 a day, 21 days into the business. Day 28, again, look at the price of cloud token, guys. It's gone up to 35 cents. We are still earning over 20,000 cloud tokens per day. The value, we were making $7,500 per day. 1 month into the business. 34 days into the business, you can see the price of cloud tokens starts appreciating in value. We have nearly 500,000 cloud tokens accumulated. Earning 22,000 cloud tokens a day, bringing us up to $8,300 per day. Remember what the goal was, $100,000 per day. People started saying, you're going to do it. And we set a goal to do it within 6 months. That was the goal, guys. 6 months we wanted to do it within. 41 days into the business, we're stuck at around $8,200 per day. But remember, we keep on grinding. We keep on talking to people. We keep on getting out there. We don't rest on where we are now. As John said, I'm on vacation now in Seattle, but I'm still here working. You know, when you're working in the online world, it gives you great freedom. But also, if you want to make it to the top, you got to put in the work. It doesn't come free. You got to put in massive action, take massive results, and the rewards can change your life forever in a short time. Now, guys, look at day 50. Earning 24,000 cloud tokens per day. We have over 820,000 accumulated. Remember, if we don't sell and the price goes to $1, that's 24,500. What about if the price goes to $10? What about if the price goes to $20? Do the maths, guys. We start earning $10,500 per day. Guys, day 52 in the business, 26,000 cloud tokens per day, and we're earning $11,500 per day. Well, I can tell you, this hasn't been updated. Their system went through an upgrade about 3 weeks ago. We haven't updated this in about 3 weeks, as in the sheet. It will be updated in the next 2 days. Me and Matthias went to level C4 in the business, and I can tell you now, we are earning 100,000 cloud tokens per day. So do the maths on that, guys. The price is just shy of 50 cents, so about $50,000 per day. That's liquid, that we can withdraw, and that's in the business. And that is just getting started. We have just started this business. We're just rolling it out. Anybody on the call here for the first time, the good news is this for you, okay? There's about 500,000 accounts, maybe 200,000 funded. But the good news is 90 to 95% of them accounts are in China. So the rest of the world is just waking up the cloud token. So we have what's called first mover advantage. If you're on this call, you're a leader. But I can promise you one thing. In 6 months from now, in 1 year from now, it will not be the same opportunity as it is today. Why? Because all the leaders will be in. So you have the chance to get to the people before they come to you. Okay? Now, I just wanted to show you guys of the money there. What I'm going to do, John, if you want to come back in here, and we can go over now some of the updates over the past 2 or 3 weeks that the company are implementing and have implemented some to show you and to back up what I said here. Obviously, you need a product and you need projects that's coming to the table for you to believe in this project and take it to the next level. So, John, if you want to come back in here now. 1 second, I'm going to stop sharing here now. I'm going to go back to John. I'm going to unmute you here now, John. John, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, you can see the kind of money that's being made. Let's talk just for a second here, Paul. Let's make sure everybody understands how the money is made, if you would. You know, first off, you can be completely passive here. You can put your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, several other cryptocurrencies in there. You can have them trading in the Jarvis pool for you. You're getting paid around 10% a month on that, and you're being paid daily in cloud tokens, which are going up in value. They're at almost 50 cents now, I think 47 cents, something like that. And you can do that completely passively. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, that's correct, John.
Okay, and if you choose to share, and I mean, why wouldn't you? Because the whole world is looking for a way to capitalize in the digital currency world. If you share that with people, let's say you share it with your brother and he sees it, he puts in $10,000 and he's going to be making about $1,000 a month. Because you shared it with him, you're going to match that 100%. You're going to be receiving about $1,000 a month just from what he's got in there. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, John, 100%.
Okay, and you can share it with as many people as you want. You can share it with 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 people if you want. And as they start sharing it with others, on your second level then, you earn a 50% matching bonus on what all of those people are receiving every single day. Is that correct, Paul?
Yeah, John, 100%.
And as you build your team, you can earn a 5% matching bonus on what everybody is making every single day down through levels 3 through 21. Absolutely massive. That's correct math, isn't it, Paul?
Yep.
And then as you work your way up the ladder, you become C1. You can now earn a 5% override on everything that's happening on your team. You get to C2, it's another 5% override. C3, another 5%. C4, another 5%. And C5, you now start getting to share in all of the revenue from the company. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, and that's very powerful, John, because this is what I believe a lot of people don't understand the power in the career plan. Because, guys, if you go to a lot of companies, companies offer people different deals, leaders to come in. In here, there's no deal. The deal is in the plan. If you want to get 5% to infinity on your whole structure, all you got to do is bring in 200,000 in your whole team. If you want 10%, teach 3 people to come C1. And guys, the goal for everybody should be C5. Why is that? You get to share 5% of all the revenue from everything. And guys, if you're a leader and you understand this plan, it's not that hard to get up the levels by taking action.
Absolutely. Now, a major factor, Paul, is we all know that the crypto world is going crazy right now. Big jump in value with Bitcoin. The beautiful part is you can have a Bitcoin sitting in a wallet somewhere and it increases in value. That's awesome. You can put a Bitcoin in here, receive rewards, cloud tokens every single day on it, but you still have that Bitcoin. You can withdraw that Bitcoin at any time. Maybe it's worth 12,000 today. Bitcoin goes up to 50,000 maybe in 3 months. You then can withdraw that one Bitcoin, which is worth $50,000 to you. You've caught all the appreciation in the rise in value of Bitcoin, but you've been paid every single day in cloud tokens, which are rising in value at the same time. Is that right, Paul?
Yes, that's exactly what happened to us, John. When we got involved in this project, Bitcoin just broke above $5,000. So anybody, remember, not everybody had Bitcoin. So some people went away and purchased Bitcoin, okay, with some fiat money, put it into Jarvis, participated in this. So as they were getting paid their 10% a month on the Jarvis, Bitcoin in the meantime now is trading at around $13,000. So instead getting 10% at 500, now they're getting 10% at the 13,000. And if they want to, at any time, they can withdraw that Bitcoin and take it back. In this system, there's nothing held. If you want your crypto assets back, you just withdraw it from the system.
Exactly. Instant liquidity. Anytime you want it, you're in control. Paul, one of the main things that really got my attention, looking at the digital currency world, there's so many wallets and so many coins out there. Most of them require us to be a fortune teller and to have a crystal ball to try and figure out when we should sell. And it's all speculative. It might go up. It might not go up. Will we sell at the right time? What if a bunch of other people sell before us? Then the price of the coin goes down. We miss out. There's none of that here, because all of the profits of all of the trading and all of the other projects that are coming go into the reserve fund. They all sit in the reserve fund, and that determines the price of the cloud tokens. It's the reserve fund divided by the number of cloud tokens out there, and the reserve fund grows daily with all of the profits from the company. So whether I'm the first to sell or the last to sell, all of the funds to pay for that, my cloud tokens to liquidate them, are already all sitting there. It's not market speculation. Is that a true picture of it, Paul?
Yes, John, and this is the part that people need to understand the power of the system, because if you look at any other crypto asset, what do people in the gold world tell you? What do people with the dollar? They always ask you, is Bitcoin backed? Is Ethereum backed? And it's not. Well, we are the first crypto asset. We are backed. Why do I say that? As John pointed out, all the profits go into the reserve fund, okay? As the reserve fund goes up, the price of the token goes up. So every single cloud token is backed by the reserve fund. So our token is backed. To go one step further is this. our company is working with Ledger, and what we're going to have monthly is we're going to have a third-party company give a statement and show how much is in the reserve fund. So we're going to be audited by a very big company, and we're going to show proof once a month how much is in the pool. So none of us on this call can question, have the company got the money? This is very important to the whole ecosystem.
Absolutely. You know, Paul, you had mentioned when I talked to you recently about, you know, our app being in the App Store, being available there. Can you just talk about what a monumental achievement that is in this arena?
Yes, because when we joined this project, early days, we joined because of Ronald died. But at early stages, Ronald told us the vision and the step-by-step process, what he was going to implement. Obviously, you take the biggest risk in any project joining at the very beginning, because a lot of stuff is not done then. But what I can say about Ronald, everything he said so far, he's hit the deadline and more. One of them was this. He goes, Paul, we've applied to go on Google Store, which is Android, which is open source. It's easier to get on Google Play because it's open source. We've also applied to go on Apple Store. And he says, we're after going through all the guidelines and we're after doing everything, and we're very confident we will go on. But guys, to get on the Apple Store for a business is very hard. To get on the Apple Store, if you're a multi-level marketing company, is so difficult. I won't say impossible, but very, very difficult. To get on the App Store, if you're involved in cryptocurrency, I will say it's nearly impossible. Okay? And we are on the App Store. There's not one wallet in the marketplace that's on the App Store. So if that doesn't give you like confidence in this product, in this application, I don't know what else will. Because when we went to Asia, when we were told, log into your phones now, we're on the App Store. For me, if I got no more updates in that event, that was the biggest one for me.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. And, you know, to understand that all of the profits from all of the company's projects go into the reserve fund, which pays us all, which covers the cloud token value and makes it go up. The fact that they're releasing a travel project very shortly that's been tested, all the profits from that, where people can buy discounted travel all over the world at major discounts, and of course that generates profits to the company, and all of those profits feed into the reserve fund as well. That's just going to drive the cloud token price higher. Plus, all of us have the ability then to use our cloud tokens on all of the travel in the travel project as well. Is that not correct, Paul?
Yes, because what the end goal here is, guys, is this. And when Ronald said this at the start, people looked and said, that's a big goal. Now people are believing. So the end goal is to become like a PayPal and a WeChat Pay, to bring cryptocurrency together with fiat currency. So as John said, we're going to have a one-stop application in 2 months' time, not next year, in 2 months' time, guys. In the application, you can book your travel and your holidays anywhere in the world using Cloud Token. We're also launching our very own exchange, OTC, where you can buy and sell your crypto assets. So we are going to have an application where eventually you'll have 10, 15, 20 projects. So no matter where you go in the world, you can use the application for your day-to-day services. So what we are doing, becoming our own mobile bank. That is the end goal, guys. And that's why I say this is not just another project. This is something very special. And what a lot of people around the world are doing right now, they're waking up to believing that this is going to be done. And this is where we're going, guys. And what I say to people, if you want to sit back and watch what we're doing, no problem. But I can tell you, we'll be here in 6 months. We'll be here next year. We'll be here the year after. But the problem is for you then, when you decide to come in and partake in this great opportunity, I'm not sure where the price of the coin will be. But on all the factors I've given you, I believe the price of the coin will be far significant greater than it is right now.
You know, Paul, one of the things that Ronald told us, initially they were on 38 exchanges trading, and then they cut back to 32 exchanges simply because they refused to be on an exchange that their deposit in their account is not insured there. Could you speak about that and the level of comfort that that gives everyone here on the call?
Yes, that's a very important point, John. Okay, a lot of people ask us, okay, Paul, why should I put some of my crypto assets on this application? One reason, because you get paid for doing so between 6 and 12% per month. Now, they say, okay, Paul, I want to keep my Bitcoins or Ethereums in my Trezor or in my Key in a cold storage. Other people are very comfortable keeping on other exchanges. Guys, very important. When you put your crypto assets into Jarvis and they're going on the exchange, we only use exchanges where your crypto assets are fully insured. So if there's a hack, like there was a hack on Binance a few months ago of 7,000 BTC, your Bitcoins are insured. So you don't have to worry about your crypto assets. They are insured, which is very important for everybody to know and understand.
You know, Paul, Ronald also talked to us a little bit about, you know, the next project coming. He couldn't tell us too much. I believe he said it's affiliated with a NASDAQ-based company, and that he believed the returns on that people will receive will be even bigger than with the Jarvis. Is that how you took what he had to say to us?
Yeah. Thanks, John. Okay, guys. I'm not good at holding. I go all red when I try to hold things back. Okay, guys, this project, we're not allowed to talk about it, but what I can say is this, is that Ronald did discuss this with us in Asia. It's a project coming, guys. It's going to be a longer term project. Just so you know, if you participate in Jarvis now, there's only one stipulation, which is coming away soon. If you put your crypto assets in, because they don't want you withdrawing the next day, there's a 10% fee only in the first 30 days, okay? So, but this, after 30 days then, there is no fee. This new project that's coming in will be a longer term. Now, I don't have the time yet. It is to do with the NASDAQ. It is a huge, huge name. It's going to bring huge credibility to our project. But when it comes, guys, there'll be more details come, but it will be a longer term play. I mean, you have to leave your funds in there longer for this project, but it's something that's going to blow everybody's mind away. Yes, sir.
You know, Paul, I think the biggest thing for everybody, and what I had to wrap my head around, was cloud tokens itself. You know, you understand they're backed by the reserve fund. The funds are going in there every day from the trading, and the other projects are coming. I understood all of that. I didn't really understand what the heck can I do with these cloud tokens, even if they're worth a bunch of money. Can you speak to how simple it is if someone wants to take their cloud tokens every day and convert them and withdraw them and change them to fiat if they like? It's totally in their control, isn't it?
Yes, what's very good about this, guys, let's say that right now you say, Paul, I don't want to wait 2 months for the exchange. I don't want to wait 2 months for the travel. I'm happy participating in Jarvis. I want my money every day. All you got to do, guys, is get a Bitcoin card. The most popular card on the market right now is Wirex. And all you got to do with Wirex is that daily you get paid in cloud token. In the application, within 2 or 3 minutes, you convert your cloud token to Ethereum, and then you take your Ethereum into your Wirex card and shop anywhere you want in the world. If Wirex is not in your country, it's in most countries, you can take your crypto assets out into local Bitcoins, you can take them out into Coinbase. There's many factors, but the thing is this: your money is liquid and you can spend it every day, anywhere in the world. It's not held in the system.
That's exactly it. It's a beautiful thing to be completely liquid at all times. You know, I know we've got a lot of people from the US on this call. I'm going to post in the chat a couple different resources that we've had shared with us, places to get Bitcoin and Ethereum, and to do it very quickly. Any other updates you can hit us on from Malaysia while I'm doing that, Paul?
Okay, what's very important, guys, is this. Everybody on this call should be following Ronald I on Facebook. If somebody there on the call, please put in Ronald's Facebook. No, guys, don't send them all personal messages. Follow him day to day on Facebook and you will see true transparency. He will show you something that happened last week. There was another project in the wallets that went down about a week ago, and up to that moment, there was only 10 million withdrawn from our system. Within 1 week, 40 million was withdrawn from our system. 40 million. And everybody was paid and the system withheld. So what I want to just touch on here, John, is this. This is very important. Everybody needs to see, everybody needs to go into the Diamond Team YouTube channel. And Matthias did yesterday, he did up a video explaining the reserve fund and if everybody does a withdrawal on the business. We were with Ronald and he was encouraging people to withdraw in Asia. Let me tell you why. In this system, okay, in the wallet, we have a reserve fund. Every time you convert your cloud token to Ethereum, that's taken from the reserve fund and it pays you. So let's say everybody in the whole company went in and took all their cloud tokens out, convert them to Ethereum. Let's say this happens in 2 years' time. There's a run for money in the bank, it's called. Cloud token is $20. If everybody comes in at the one time and takes all the money, the price of the token goes to where? Goes to zero. Do you lose your money? Think. No, you don't. Your crypto assets are in Jarvis in the exchange where they're insured. What happens? The price of the token goes down. The company are still making profits from the travel, from the exchange, from Jarvis, from all the other projects, from their debit card. As profits are made, what happens? Into the reserve fund, what happens? The price of the token recovers again. Guys, what will that do for everybody, not just in our project, everybody in the world? It will bring so much confidence in. And look at this, guys. Somebody asked me yesterday a very good question. Paul, what happens when the 1 billion coins run out? Guys, look at the way the system's designed. Every time someone does a withdrawal, converts cloud token to Ethereum, where's the cloud token going? It's going back to the reserve fund. Every time there's a transfer done, where's it going? The transfer fee, back to the reserve fund. So guys, it goes around in a circle. More and more people do withdrawals, back to the reserve fund. Okay? Cloud tokens are taken off circulation. So guys, it goes around and around. It's built to last long term. So you don't have to worry about what happens when the billion coins are gone. It's not going to happen the way the system is designed. It's very, very clever.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant how they've done it, where they will never run out of cloud tokens because of the withdrawals that people are making. You know, you touched on something I forgot to mention, Paul, the OTC exchange. Ronald talked to us. They're now licensed to have their own OTC exchange for cryptocurrencies. Well, guess what? As people around the world use that exchange, there's fees for the buyer, there's fees for the seller, and all of those profits on potentially hundreds and millions and billions of dollars worth of crypto being exchanged, all of those fees that are collected also go into the reserve fund, driving up the cloud token price. So, you know, it's all about accumulating as many cloud tokens as you can, isn't it, Paul?
That's it. That's it. If you believe in this project, accumulate as much cloud tokens as you can. Obviously, people need to do withdrawals to pay bills and to live 100%. But like, if you look at the way the system is designed and you believe in this system, well, you'll understand that the price of the token, in our opinion, will go up significantly. So by you holding a lot of them at this early time, you're going to benefit tremendously in the long term.
Okay, excellent. Anything else that you would like to share, Paul, or should we open it up for a couple quick questions?
Yeah, I think we've covered loads. Let's open up for a few questions. Guys, anybody put in the box if you have any questions here. We have a full call, so I won't unmute all the mics, but if anybody here has a question, let me go back to the start here.
Yeah, we don't want to tie up Paul for too long. He's on holidays with his wife, and I don't want to get in the bad books there. That's
okay.
So yeah, fire in a question and.
Okay, a question from Ella. How many people will be allowed in Jarvis? Ella, we don't know how many people, but what I can say is this: is that the market capitalization has gone up significantly in the past few weeks. So when they did this calculation, they thought it would be about 200 million. So because the market capitalization has gone up, they haven't got a specific figure, but this is very important. When Jarvis closes, there's other projects ready to come in. Okay, there's 2 or 3 more projects that we're kind of not allowed to talk about now, but there's more projects come in to fill in for the projects that are there. What I can say is this: what we're getting right now, between 6 and 12% a month on Jarvis, is pretty extraordinary. Going forward, when other projects get launched, people ask me, will it be the same percentage? No. Some projects might get launched, they'll be long-term project, and they might give a yield of, let's say, 4 or 5%. Other projects might get launched and they might give 2%. There's one that John spoke about, we'll go to NASDAQ. We've been told that's going to give more. So there's going to be many different projects brought to the table. But remember, what the end goal is, when you log into your application, there'll be 10, 15, 20 projects. All these projects, profits are made, are going to the reserve fund. So we're building a full ecosystem. This is a truly performance utility token. So we're going to have a crypto asset that's backed by a reserve fund, and we're going to have a crypto asset with true utility. So what we want here is people who don't even like referral marketing or have a different perception that want to use our application. Because why wouldn't they want to use an app if they're booking holidays, flights, if they want to book day-to-day stuff that they can get on our application with a discount? What happens then? When you attract a normal person to this application, you say, listen, do you think your father would like it? Do you think your brother would like it? What happens? They start referring their friends and family. That's where we believe this project is going. Okay, any more questions here? 1 second now.
Let me just mention too, a thing I thought of while you're looking at the questions. You know what blew me away talking with Ronald as well? The company doesn't take any profits out of the profits from the trading. Absolutely none. They make their funds exactly like we do, having their funds in Jarvis, in the trading pool, and also by sharing it and building and spreading the word. They're in the structure. Ronald himself is a C2. All profits that are generated go directly into the reserve fund, driving up the cloud token for all of us. That's correct, is it not, Paul?
Yes, every single project, it drives up the reserve fund, every single thing. So John, actually, I was doing the questions there. So can you just repeat that again? Because I was looking at a question. I didn't get all what you said. Sorry.
Okay. No problem. You want me to
repeat what you said there, because I was looking at a question. I didn't take in everything you said. Sorry.
Sure. I was just saying how Ronald told us that they take no profits out of the trading profits themselves as a company. They make their funds just like we do, as in having the funds in Jarvis trading and being in the structure. And Ronald himself is actually a C2 in the structure. And that's where they make their profits, not from skimming off the top. Is that correct?
Yes, because what happens is this, guys. When this project was started, it was started with a group of leaders from China and investors. So as we know, China is one of the biggest places in the world for networking. So what the Chinese leaders did, they got together. Remember, Ronald was one of the co-founders, okay? One of the co-founders at the start. They put Ronald in the structure, and they actually placed people underneath Ronald. So all the staff, everybody in Kuala Lumpur is in the structure. Ronald himself is a C2, okay? So he's in the structure. So all their payments come from within the structure. So as Ronald said, this is our application. This is an application for the people. We said we're all in this together, and we're all benefiting from the price and of the token. No, okay. Someone asked me a question, why do I have more than one account? Me and my business partner are partners. So when we started up, we took more than one account because there's 2 of us there. Okay, next question. Okay, a second here now. There are at least 4 Ronald I accounts on Facebook with all the same picture of Ronald. Can somebody post Ronald I's link there so people can follow it, please, on Facebook? Okay, this is one here from Dammer. Hey, Paul, if you can answer on this question, please. What is the price expectancy till the end of 2019? I would love to know. We all would love to know. The honest answer is I don't know. I can speculate. I can give you a speculation answer, but we don't know. I would think on the way it's going now, listen, it could be $2 or $3, $4. I don't know. I can tell you one thing, it will not go like the other wallets. All the other wallets, the way they're built is like this. Every single deposit you put into the system, the price of the token goes up. They haven't got a reserve fund and they don't show proof of trading. So any wallet who does that, be careful. Because what happens when everybody does a withdrawal, the price comes down. Anything that goes up this fast comes down this fast too. The way we're built is steady. We're a steady system. And as you see right now, we're steady. So at the end of the year, if we're $1, $2, $3, for me, it's okay. We're going building steady. We're trying to build this system where we don't have huge ups and huge downs. That's the kind of goal of the way it's designed. Now, let's go on, John.
Paul, could you maybe unmute Joe Mohammed, my business partner, just so he could say a couple words here?
Well, of course, yeah. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Paul. Hey, great call. Thank you so much for jumping on, and I hope all you guys got the major nuggets from him. I mean, this is amazing. One of the things that impressed me when I went over to Malaysia is when your business partner showed us the how the reserve and how the Jarvis worked and how we were insured. That gave me a lot of surety. But I mean, to be honest with you, Paul, when I before we even went out to Malaysia, I was 100% sold, because I know that you and Matthias have checked out hundreds of crypto programs out there and did not join any of them because you knew that they had zero transparency. They were most of them were Ponzi's. I'm going to speak frankly here. And when you guys came, when you guys approached us, and we know the credibility, you guys have to understand something. These guys know how to having the questions to ask, having the knowledge to ask those kind of questions. And when they came back, with Cloud Token, with talking to Ronald and understanding what they understand, you guys will understand this is the real deal. I get people asking me, is this going to last a long time? It's going to last as long as we're all involved in what we're doing. This is a bigger project than just trading and making a few Cloud Tokens daily. This is much bigger than that. So I just want everybody to understand that. But awesome call, Paul. I really appreciate it. I know you're on holidays. You're over in Seattle, and the only thing I can say is, true leaders do what you do. You're on holidays. I know my wife would be pretty angry at me going on holidays and having to work all day, but I know you guys have a mission, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Appreciate it. Guys, the next question from Ella here. Are they having contracts with big companies for air tickets? And is it true that they have contracts with a few million hotels? And when is it possible to pay with Cloud Token? Yes, Ella, that's all there. If you go to, I think John posted there, if you go to the Telegram group, okay, and after has a pin to the top, and you can see the YouTube channel where Matthias is training that Joe referred to 2 days ago. You can see all the channels there. There's also resources. After having their resources, one of the updates, he actually names all the companies they're working with, puts everything in there. Ronald is very transparent with everything, and he's named the card provider, he's named all the trading houses, he's named everything. So everything that we're saying, it's in black and white, and that's one thing we love about this company. There's no secrets. The deal is there, and all the names are there to see. And yes, the travel will be ready for the launch in September. And before then, Ronald wants us paying for everything, flights, hotels, tickets with Cloud Token by the event. Now, okay, so let's go to the next one here, because I hope I'm not missing any questions. I'm trying to get everything, so if I am, please forgive me. Okay. Okay, thank you, Miguel, for your nice words. Thank you. 1 second here now. That's it, guys. I think we've answered everything. So I'll leave it open for 20 more seconds. If no questions come in, then we will close the call down.
Okay, I can, in summary, guys, we've got something big in our hands here. What each of us choose to do with that is completely up to us, if anything. It can be as complicated as you want, or it can be as simple as you want. You sign up, you put whatever funds you can in there, Get it working for you in Jarvis. You're going to get paid every day in cloud tokens, which are going up in value. That's pretty easy to share with other people because that's what everybody else wants. Everything is totally liquid. Your crypto is safe. You can withdraw it at any time. You can liquidate your cloud tokens anytime. It's totally up to you. And you can participate as much or as little as you want. You can add more every day. You can take some out. You can do whatever you want. It's a beautiful situation where everything is transparent and everything is here in front of us. So what we choose to do with it is up to each of us. I know what Joe and myself and people like CJ and Mark and the whole team of leaders out there are choosing to do. And we're reaching out our hands. Let's lock arms. Let's build something huge. Any other questions come in, Paul?
No, we've covered everything, John. Went through them there, so we covered all the questions.
All right, super. Let's have an awesome day, everybody. Let's go out there and share this magic with everybody, and let's lock down our futures. 90-day plan. Let's get it done. Thanks for being on the call.
Thank you all. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.